There's a quiet shift happening in the world right now, and it's not loud, it's not angry, it's not bitter, it's quiet. It's happening in apartments, in small homes, in peaceful bedrooms with clean sheets and soft lighting. It's happening on long walks, in journals filled with honest thoughts, in therapy rooms, in prayer, in long car rides with no music playing. It's happening when a woman sits down, looks at her life, and asks herself one very simple question: am I happy? And for the first time in a long time, many women are answering that question honestly. And the answer is changing everything. Women today are not staying single because they hate men. They are not staying single because they can't find a relationship. They are not staying single because they are bitter. Women today are staying single because they have discovered something that previous versions of themselves did not know. Peace is expensive, and they are no longer willing to pay for it with their hearts. For a long time, women were taught that love was the goal, that being chosen was the prize, that marriage was the finish line, that if a relationship ended, it meant you failed. That being single was something you needed to fix, solve, or escape from. So they stayed. They tolerated. They over-explained. They overgave. They forgave things they should have walked away from. They carried relationships on their backs. They stayed loyal to people who were not loyal to them. They stayed quiet to keep the peace, not realizing they were the only ones trying to keep it. And one day, something in them changed. Not loudly, not dramatically, quietly. Usually after heartbreak. Usually after betrayal. Usually after giving everything and still losing. Usually after they finally saw the truth. The truth that love should not feel like anxiety. The truth that love should not feel like confusion. The truth that love should not feel like you are slowly disappearing. And when a woman realizes she disappeared in a relationship, she does something very important when she finally heals. She finds herself again. And once a woman finds herself again, once she rebuilds her peace, once she learns how to sleep at night without wondering who someone is texting, once she learns how to wake up without checking her phone for disappointment, once she learns how to enjoy her own company, once she realizes she can pay her own bills, make her own decisions, decorate her home the way she wants, travel where she wants, eat what she wants, grow how she wants, something clicks in her mind. She realizes, I am not single because no one wants me. I am single because I finally want myself. And that is a completely different kind of single. This is not lonely single. This is peaceful single. This is healed single. This is, I worked too hard to become this woman to let the wrong person destroy me. Single. Women today are not afraid of being alone anymore. They are afraid of being in the wrong relationship. That's the difference. Because they've learned that you can be in a relationship and still feel alone. You can sleep next to someone and still feel unloved. You can be married and still feel abandoned. You can be committed and still be disrespected. You can be loyal and still be betrayed. So now, women are asking different questions. Not, does he like me? But do I like how I feel when I'm around him? Not, how do I keep this relationship? But is this relationship healthy for me? Not, how do I make him choose me? But am I choosing myself in this situation? And those questions are changing women's lives. Because the modern woman is not just looking for love anymore. She is looking for peace, stability, emotional safety, honesty, loyalty, kindness, and a partner who adds to her life, not someone she has to fix, raise, heal, or beg. Women are tired. Tired of potential, tired of promises, tired of almost, tired of inconsistency, tired of being understood later, tired of being appreciated too late, tired of being the one who holds everything together. So some women are sitting down and saying, very calmly, I would rather be single and at peace than in a relationship and slowly losing myself. And that is not sad. That is not failure. That is growth. Because staying single today is not always a sign that something is missing. Sometimes it's a sign that a woman finally found everything she was looking for, within herself. She found her voice. She found her standards. She found her boundaries. She found her worth. She found her independence. She found her peace. She found God. She found healing. She found clarity. She found herself. And now that she has all of that, she is very careful about who she allows into her life. Because she knows now, the wrong person can destroy things that took years to build. So she is not in a rush anymore. She is not impressed by words anymore. She is not moved by potential anymore. She is not afraid of walking away anymore. And that's why many women today are deciding to stay single until they find something real. Not perfect, not a fairy tale, but real. Real love, real respect, real loyalty, real effort, real partnership, real peace. And if they don't find it, they are no longer willing to destroy their lives trying to force it. Because women today have watched too many women lose themselves in relationships. They have watched women lose their confidence, lose their finances, lose their mental health, lose their time, lose their youth, lose their identity. And now they are choosing differently. They are choosing themselves. They are building businesses. They are traveling. They are healing. They are going to therapy. They are reading. They are learning. They are creating peaceful homes. They are building friendships. They are finding purpose. They are discovering who they are outside of being someone's girlfriend, someone's wife, someone's option. They are becoming whole on their own. So if love comes, it is a bonus, not a rescue mission. And that is a powerful woman. A woman who is not waiting to be saved. A woman who saved herself. A woman who is not afraid to sit alone at a table. Travel alone, live alone, start over alone, build alone, heal alone. Because she learned something the hard way that changed her forever. Some of the hardest battles you will ever fight in life will be against someone you loved. And once a woman survives that kind of heartbreak, she is not afraid of being single anymore. She is afraid of going through that again. So she takes her time now. She watches patterns. She listens to actions. She trusts her intuition. She doesn't ignore red flags. She doesn't explain away disrespect. She doesn't beg for consistency. She doesn't compete with other women. She doesn't try to prove her worth to anyone, because she already knows her worth. And a woman who knows her worth is very hard to manipulate, very hard to confuse, very hard to control, very hard to keep in a situation that does not honor her. So yes, many women today are single, but they are not sitting at home crying every night like the world tries to make it seem. Many of them are peaceful. Many of them are healing. Many of them are building. Many of them are becoming the woman they were always meant to be. They are learning that life is not just about who you marry. Life is about who you become. And they are becoming strong. They are becoming wise. They are becoming discerning. They are becoming emotionally intelligent. They are becoming spiritually grounded. They are becoming free. And maybe, just maybe, this generation of women did not fail at relationships. Maybe they just refused to keep repeating the same painful patterns that women before them were forced to tolerate. Maybe this is the first generation of women that is saying, I would rather wait than settle. I would rather be alone than be disrespected. I would rather build my own life than beg to be included in someone else's. I would rather heal than pretend. I would rather have peace than have a relationship just to say, I'm in one. And that is not sad. That is a woman who finally learned the difference between attention and love, between chemistry and compatibility, between a lesson and a life partner, between a distraction and a destiny. So if you are a woman listening to this and you are single right now, I want you to understand something very important. Being single is not a punishment. It is not a waiting room. It is not a sign that you are not lovable. It is not a sign that you missed your chance. Sometimes being single is a season where God, life, and healing are rebuilding you. Correctly this time. Rebuilding your confidence. Rebuilding your standards. Rebuilding your boundaries. Rebuilding your life. Rebuilding your identity. Rebuilding your peace. So that the next time you love, you don't abandon yourself to keep someone else. Because the real lesson many women learned the hard way was never how to keep a man. The real lesson was, never lose yourself trying to keep someone who is not trying to keep you. And once you learn that lesson, you move differently, you love differently, you choose differently, you walk away faster, you heal deeper, you respect yourself more. And sometimes that new version of you would rather be single than ever go back to who she used to be. So no, women today are not all single because something is wrong with them. Many of them are single because they finally realized they are the prize too. And they are no longer handing their hearts to people who treat them like an option. They would rather build a beautiful life and invite the right person into it, than destroy a beautiful life trying to force the wrong person to love them correctly. So they are single. They are healing. They are growing. They are becoming. They are learning. They are building. They are at peace. And they are no longer afraid of eating alone, sleeping alone, traveling alone, or starting over alone. Because they learned something that changed everything. It is better to be alone and at peace than to be loved and in pain. And that is why women today are deciding to stay single, not because they don't believe in love, but because they finally believe in themselves. If you're a woman who is learning to choose herself, choose peace, and not settle anymore, subscribe and join this community. We are healing, growing, and building beautiful lives, with or without a relationship. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.